Good morning, everybody. I know I'm in here bright and early this morning. It's one of those days. I'm up and at it today, and actually it's starting off with an apology because last week, for some of our new members who have got babies, I said that I would post a great tip for you guys, and then my week ran away with me, and it's been bothering me that I haven't done it. So sorry, it's my daughter poking her head through. So I've come, this is my bedroom. Welcome. The reason I've come up here is just to get a better angle to hopefully show you what I'm talking about. So I have aimed this particular live today for those who've got little ones. So I'm talking from birth to most probably about 2. I will do another one on adapting this for the older kids, but I wanted to show you that you could bring in some mindful moments with your babies. And when I was running my classes, well, at the moment we're still not running here in the UK, I would end, morning Rosa, how you doing? I would end my sessions with some mindfulness, and basically that's the basis of how this mindful parenting platform came to be. And I cover loads of things now with parents with older kids, and actually I very rarely talk about the baby side. So it's lovely to have some mums out there with some little ones, because this is kind of where everything started, and this is how I started with mindful parenting. This is part of my journey. I wanted... Hi Rosa, how you doing? Sorry, I'm jumping in early this morning and throwing everybody and not telling everybody that I was going to do a live, but I had a few minutes and I thought I'd like to come in. So in case you're wondering why I'm sat here with a crazy doll, this is Daisy. I know she looks a bit battered. She is the doll that I use in my baby classes. She is now 15 years old. She's not looking bad. So I'm afraid she is a little bit mucky around the edges, and the best chemical wet wipes in the world don't seem able to clean her. But it was to demonstrate for you guys who've got little ones what this looks like. And there's a couple of ways you can do this. In fact, there's lots and lots of ways you can do that, but there's a couple of ways that I'm going to demonstrate. And this works really well if you're feeling slightly disconnected with your baby, and I think that's happening to a lot of people at the minute. And if that is how you're feeling, first of all, knock that guilt on the head, okay? Because you know, we are all struggling as parents at the minute, in 101 different ways, but I really feel for you guys with little babies. I'm about to do a Zoom class after this and catch up with some of my mums from my baby classes. We just have a coffee and a chat, because they're really missing it. They are really missing that interaction with other mums and that physicality, and babies all, you know, playing together. That support is really hard to replicate. You know, you might have friends and family around, but actually the support that you get from other mums who are in the same position as you is really hard to find anywhere else, no matter how supportive your family are. So being able to find moments when you can connect back, and you choose that, you know that, you know, you've been running around your 3-year-old, and then your 5-year-old is, you know, you've been trying to homeschool, and you're trying to get dinner on and walk the dog. I'm saying that because Pip obviously is here. And you're just going through the motions. We're all having days like that, and that's okay, by the way, that we're just going through the motions. You know, if you could be mindful every minute of the day, then, well, you'd be a Tibetan monk. And we're not. We're just doing the best that we can. So this is a technique that when you want to come back and you want just those, you know, those precious moments, you know, when you gaze at your baby. Due in October, oh, I bet you are, Rosa. I mean, hopefully in October things will really have lessened here. You know, I think most people I know running classes, we are hoping kind of by September something will be in place. So I feel for you. I've got some great pregnancy resources, by the way, of people that I know who are doing stuff. So ping me a comment after this if you're interested. There's some really fab hypnobirthing people and stuff out there who are putting loads of free stuff out as well. So there is support for you during pregnancy. Don't think that you've just been left out there. But it is tough. It is. I don't deny it's really tough. But what I want to do is I want you to think about that physicality of having your baby on you. And the reason I've come up here to do this is because one of the easiest ways to do this. Sorry, I'm just going to move this around so you can see. I've got my dog right by my feet. Can you see him? I don't know whether you can see him there, look. So I'm trying to get in one position and he is sitting on my feet, which is making it slightly more complicated for me, but I will adapt. I'm just going to move this camera back a bit, so I do apologise, just so that you can see. So the way I like to do this is if you're in a bed, that's what I wanted to demonstrate here, you can just lean back, you know, get your cushions, get yourself comfy with your baby. It's all right, boy, come on. There he is, you see, I've moved him, you see that, so he's getting stroppy with me. You want your baby on your lap. And again, you can have your 2-year-old here, you know, but I want you to just have your hands on your baby's chest or toddler, and I want you to make really good eye contact. It's very difficult to do with the doll, and I want to look at you guys as well, but I want you just to start by stroking, because there's nothing like a stroke. Actually, from a physiological point of view, just this gentle stroking, slow and repetitive. Just seeing who's there. Hi Jamie, hopefully I'm going to see you live in a minute. This is a lovely one for you to do with Edie, by the way, so I'm going to share this in Buddha Buddies as well. But I want you to have your baby here. I know you can have some wrigglers. We're just going to go with it, okay? But that time when you can bring it down a bit, just going to stroke down from the top of the head all the way down. And what happens when you start doing a repetitive slow stroke is that it works the parasympathetic nervous system. So it's our system that helps us calm. Blood pressure lowers, heart rate drops. Fight or flight goes, so if your baby is stressed or anxious. Also, it has the same effect on the person who's doing it, which is rather surprising, isn't it? So what you will find is your breathing will deepen, your heart rate will drop a little bit. So you're still making eye contact. I can't because Daisy's in an odd angle and I want to look at you guys, but you need to be in a position where you can make eye contact. You can still be talking to them. I'm talking to you, but you will talk to your baby. But that calm voice, that lovely, calm, slow, steady. And then I want you to just place your hands on your baby's chest over the heart. This is a heart connection between the two of you. And I just want you to breathe and look at your baby and don't say anything. Just concentrate on your breath, the in and the out. If you can, try and make your out breath longer than your in breath, because again it does exactly the same thing. It's like an instant trigger to your brain. I need to calm down. So it hits your rest and relax, some people call it, trigger, as opposed to your fight and flight. So it is literally like a switch that hits your brain and goes, right, oh, okay. So just breath work, just breathing in, looking at your baby and out. If you want to talk, you can. You know, I love you. You know, you're such the apple of my eye, the light of my life, whatever is the phrases, and you know you've got them. I call my girls my beauties. I still call them my beauties, and I did this when they were babies. You know, just that lovely language that you use. When they start to get restless, stroke a little bit more. But what it enables you to do is what you'll find is your breathing will start to match. can feel that connection between you. And then you can just end with a big cuddle or kisses, and you can take that over a couple of minutes, you can do it for 10 minutes. Okay? Whatever ends up working for you. I don't know, you know, Jamie, I know you've got a wriggler. Just try it. And what you'll find is you can build it up. This is something that I've felt quite consciously with having twins, is that I needed separate time with each one of them, that they would feel that they were equally cherished. So I used to do this a lot. And I would normally, you know, while one of them was having a play or whatever, I would, you know, I wouldn't pick bath time or bedtime or something like that, because I had two. And I couldn't put off one thing to do the other. But for you guys, you know, if you've got a lovely bedtime routine and your baby, once they've had bath and bottle boob and change and they're ready to go, that might be a lovely time to do it. But you can just as easily do it in the middle of the day. You know, you just need that little bit of connection. You need them to feel that, and you need to feel it. You know, that bond is a two-way thing. We need to feel that connection as much as they do. So, hi Olga, you're missing the tail end, Olga, and you would love this. So it's about connecting in, and I like to have babies here while I do that, because I think it's a really nice thing to do. But if you've also got slightly older ones, and Olga, this might well work well for you. Hi Sarah, morning everyone. I'm going to give everybody a wave. That's what I'm leaning over to do, by the way, in case you think, what's that crazy woman doing, reaching over to her phone. I think with the older ones, I would say a year plus, lie on your side and do it. So face each other and do exactly the same thing. So all it is just starting those strokes. Really slow, really steady. It's not this, all right? Because you're not patting a dog. And the slower the stroke, and as you make that repetitive, you know, that's why we call it a calming stroke. And then just make that really good eye contact. Hand on the body, and just breathe. Just breathe together. And they might wriggle a bit. You might need to talk to them, just go, you know, I'm just going to lie here. I want to spend some time just with you. And for those of you who've got older than two, that's when you really talk about it. And you make that connection. You just go, we're just going to have some minutes just for us, nobody else. This is about you. This is about you and I. And I'll tell you what, once they hit toddlers, they absolutely love it, because it becomes their like special moments that they get to share with you. And for you guys who've got more than one child, that is especially important, because they can feel, you know, for us, all of us in the UK who are at home, you know, we are with our kids all the time. There is no respite from that. But don't forget, they've got the flip side of that creating those special moments, it's all kind of jumbled into one. So actually physically calling it some special time it is a massively powerful tool. So, and I know it's working with the older kids. You know, I was in here live last week, and actually one of my very good friends was saying she's created those times with her older child, and she's just loving it, absolutely loving it, because that's what we all want, don't we? We all want that connection, that one-on-one time. And I will be trying this week to spend some time separately with my girls as well, because they feel it. You know, we all do. How many times do you just want to just walk out and just have a bit of time just for yourself? You know, we all need it, but we need these connections as well. So, little bit of mindful parenting for you guys with the babies and the younger kids, because I know that we've been, in this group, I've been really targeting those older ones, because so many people are struggling with the juggle of homeschooling, working. But the younger, you know, I started this when mine were babies. I started this at birth, and there is no reason why you guys can't start to put those things into play now, and build those foundations that will last you and your family all the way until the end. That's a bit morbid. I didn't mean that to sound morbid, but you guys know what I mean. So if anybody is interested, I'm doing a Zoom. I'm hoping Jamie will be in there for the Buddha Buddies mums, but anybody is welcome to pop in. You'd need to head to the Buddha Buddies Facebook page, and the details are there. I will put the link to Buddha Buddies under here so that you have that. We meet every Tuesday morning. Sometimes it's one or two of us, sometimes there's a few more. I catch up with my lovely mums and some very cute babies, and Jamie, she knows she keeps me going because I get my baby quota, which I'm missing horribly. But if anybody feels the need just to have that face chat, that you can just go blah, 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 grab a cuppa and come and join us, because I don't know about how Jamie feels, but you know, it's something that I really look forward to every week. But I'm going to go. Sorry for the impromptu, but thank you very much everybody for joining me, and I hope that will be useful for you all. So I will catch up with you soon. I am going to be doing lots of lives in the group this week. I will try and post when I'm going to do them, but I am a bit ad hoc, I'm afraid. As the idea comes in, I just think I need to tell you this now, because that's the way I am. But anyway, I will see you all later. Have a splendid day. It looks like the sun is shining here in the UK. Fingers crossed, because it's been a little bit rubbish the last few days, and I'm desperate to get out in my garden and view my second pond and get that working. But I will keep you posted on that one as well. Have a lovely day. Jamie, I will see you later. Well, later in about 24 minutes according to my timer here. And if any guys want to join, please do. Please do. We'd love to see you in there. We're the more the merrier. All right. So I will see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.